What's going on, guys? My name is EmbraceThePace, bringing you guys another video today, and it's been a while since I've made a commentary. Haven't gotten a chance to sit down and make one in a while, but I did want to go ahead and bring this to you guys to give you guys more of an update on what's going on with the draft classes and what the plan is going forward, because last time I made an update video, things were really different. So I definitely want to keep you guys updated so you know what's going on, because I'm getting a lot of questions on Twitter, a lot of questions in the comments about certain things, and I just figured I'd go ahead and make an update video so everybody that's asking these questions can be informed, and hopefully this will answer some of your questions. So starting things off, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through here so you guys can see the updated ratings and stuff, and these are going to be fluctuating quite a bit, especially for the 2017 class, which I'll talk about in a second, but I want to go ahead and address some things. So first of all, what am I doing with the draft classes right now? So now that the college season is over, you can kind of finalize some things. So I can go through, I can finalize all free throw ratings, because if you guys didn't know, that's based on their percentage. So like if a guy shoots 75% on the year, his free throw rating will be 75. So I'm going to go through, finalize all those since the season is over. I'll be finalizing accessories to what they were wearing in the last game of their season, so that'll be finalized. A lot of hairstyles and stuff will be updated. Some of that stuff will change based on what we see in the pre-draft processes as far as hairstyles, but accessories, free throw ratings, that type of stuff will be finalized. So that's what I'm doing right now. Another huge thing that's going on right now is guys declaring for the draft. Now that we are in the pre-draft process and the season is over, guys are going to start declaring their names and putting them into the NBA draft. Now things are going to be a little bit different this year. Last year it was a little simpler, because once a guy declared for the draft, he was in the draft pretty much no matter what. If you guys don't know about the new rule changes, you guys can look them up. Just look up NBA draft withdrawal deadline, and you'll find a lot of stuff about it. But basically now guys can put their name in the draft, and if they don't sign an agent, they can go all the way up until 10 days after the combine, and then still pull their name out of the draft and go back to college. So things are way different in the entire college basketball NBA draft type of world in general, but it's also different for my draft classes. So if you guys are asking me about some guys being switched between classes, like for example when Dwayne Bacon declared for the draft, I didn't move him to my 2016 class, even though a lot of people wanted me to. But the reason why I didn't do that is because he didn't sign with an agent, which tells me most guys that aren't signing with an agent, their draft stock isn't that high, so they might be able to they might go ahead and withdraw their name and go back to college. That's what happened with Dwayne Bacon. So he stayed in my 2017 class. So that's what you guys can expect with that. Before you ask me to move a guy between a class, make sure that you check if he signed with an agent or not. Basically, how I'm going to do it is if a guy doesn't sign with an agent, I'm just going to leave him in his respective class as of right now, just to see what happens, because there's really no way to predict that, and most of the guys that do put their name in the draft and don't sign an agent are going to be staying in school. The majority of them will. So that's what's going on with that. As far as ratings go, this is another thing that I need to talk about. The 2016 class, the ratings are pretty good. I did a total revamp a while ago, and I never made a video about that, but if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys would know about that. Highly recommend doing that if you want to keep up with updates. I'm way more active on Twitter than I am on YouTube, simply because it's so convenient, and I don't always have time to make a video about stuff, so definitely go follow me over there if you are interested in updates. I always tweet out when I add a new guy to the class and stuff like that. So definitely go follow me on there if you are not already. But basically, I did a total revamp. So they're on a general, a solid point right now. But I'm still going to be updating stuff as we get closer to the draft and guys' stock changes. So look for some more updates to that. But the 2017 class is where the ratings are going to get a total revamp here pretty soon. It's a little bit hard to balance it out when you're moving guys between classes. So right now the 2017 class is pretty weak, even though in real life it's going to be a lot stronger than 2016. So coming up here in the next few days, next few weeks, I'm going to be completely revamping the 2017 rating, so it'll be a really strong class. So I'm sure you guys will be happy about that. So look forward to that. I'll be tweeting about it, as I said, and you guys will know when the new update goes live. As far as some more players that are going to be added, I'm getting a lot of requests now, especially now that the college year is over, getting requests for Villanova players because they won the national championship. Congrats to all the Villanova fans. I like the Villanova fan base because I know that most of those people are not bandwagoners, so congrats to all the true Villanova fans out there. It was a great run. That was honestly, this is off topic, but that was the best championship game I have ever seen, and that was arguably the best performance in the NCAA tournament, throughout the 6-game period that I've ever seen from a team. Villanova was just completely ridiculous on both ends of the floor, shot a super high percentage, but that's a topic for another video. But as far as players being added, I'm going to be adding more players to the draft, obviously, or more players to the draft classes, particularly the 2017 class, but I kind of have to prioritize the guys I add in there. I'm trying to make sure that I get as many guys on the draft radar into the classes as I can, so I can add them to my off-season roster coming up this summer, which I'll talk about at a later date. But as of right now, things are going well, and if everything goes to plan, that should be out on draft night just like it was last year. But I gotta make sure that I'm creating as many guys as I can that have a chance to be drafted so I can add them into that roster and stuff. And it takes a really long time to create players, and I don't have a ton of time to sit down and make them. So I really do have to prioritize. So if you see some guys that you want to see in the class, but they're not in there, I'm sorry if I can't add them in. I'm trying to get as many guys as I can. 2K is really restricted this year as far as, you can't share creative players or anything, so it's really hard to create a ton of guys on my own. So hopefully that changes in 2017. I am optimistic about that for next year's game. But that's where things stand right now. I'm doing my best to try to get as many guys in there as I can, and I'm trying to post tutorials as fast as I can as well. The tutorials seem like they're really simple, but actually they take a little bit of time to record the videos, record the gameplay, render everything. So I'm trying my best to get those out for you guys, try to get you guys the ones that you want the most. So make sure you're on Twitter asking me about that, keeping the comments coming on YouTube. I really do appreciate all the support on those videos. Glad you guys are liking them. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Again, it's been a while, but I did want to give you guys a nice little update on what's going on with the 2016 and 2017 draft classes going forward now that the college season is over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like on it if you did enjoy it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.